Here we are with Professor Avram Ehrlich talking about Moses and Pharaoh and a certain situation that is happening here with the frogs.
Everything here is symbolic. From the 10 plagues to every word here seems to carry with it some nuance. Moses shouts. He's praying. He's been asked by the Pharaoh to stop this plague. And he shouts to God, to Adonai, to the Tetragrammaton, to this great construct of logic and of planning and to God on the thing or on the word. The literal translation is on the word or the matter of the frogs. This unusual word, which actually could mean the communication of knowledge. It is, if one is to ignore a symbol like this, one may not respect the structure of the Bible, which deals with symbols as a matter of course. So here we see that the word of the frogs, and the frog here is safar da, dodea, the chirping of knowledge, the symbol of transformation, and the symbol of the Nile. So in one word, you've got so many different symbols, and also you see the similarity between the word Pharaoh and the word of frogs, because here you've got par, and also you've got the word par. So one is par ra, or the Pharaoh, possibly of evil, or also of the word ray, which refers to the name of the pharaonic gods, Re. So, and here you've got Par and you've got Par. So there is a transformation of the frogs and perhaps even a transformation of the Pharaoh. Every word here, also the word Shem, or which is it can be changed to some, put and name is the same. So every word here in one of the 10 plagues is deeply symbolic. So Moses calls on the issue or the name of the frogs to the name of Pharaoh, and God did what Moses, according to the word, the same word of Moses, V'yamutu ha'tsefaradaim, and the frogs died from the houses and the courtyards and the fields, and they were collected up, matter by matter. They were spaded out because they had all died, v'tivash, and they were collected and they rotted in piles on the land. And then Pharaoh sees that it has eased. The great plague of the frogs which have come up on the banks of the Nile have eased off, and the word for easing is archetypical too. Harvacha, and the root is ruach, the root is rest or spirit, and in fact it is used in the book of Genesis that the Spirit of God was afloat over the void. And in counter-distinction to each other, the word for spirit or easement or enlargement or generosity or the force of creativity is the second word. And heavied was the heart of Pharaoh. Heaviness and the inability to expand, and these two ideas work against each other and show each counter, what is a countermeasure one to the other. And Pharaoh did not listen to the word of the Tetragrammaton. So in this teeny section, which refers to the last part of the story of the frogs, we see that the words reflect material, they reflect the transformation of society, they reflect the rotting of what was once the life force of the Nile, they reflect the potential for easement and for the return to the natural course of things, of the natural course of the Nile, and they reflect heaviness of the heart of Pharaoh that didn't listen and caused disaster, a chain of effects of disaster. And all this in the space of a paragraph.